So we're gonna listen or react to a video about the Mississippi Confederate flag right here. So let's do it. Not sponsored. Let's turn on captions.
Comfort in the extreme. The Lincoln family of luxury SUVs.
Okay.
The first national flag of the Confederacy. For 126 years, this was Mississippi's state flag.
Gross.
A triband of red, white, and blue, and in the
It looks like the Netherlands with the Confederacy. What is the Netherlands flag? Okay,
top left
almost.
corner, a blue X lined with white stars on a red square. This is the Confederate battle flag, the most recognizable lasting symbol of the American Civil War, a failed 4-year campaign of southern states to preserve slavery in the U.S. Today, the Confederate battle flag is often used as a symbol of southern pride, but it's also synonymous with white supremacy. As part of Mississippi's state...
Exactly. I have an analogy, okay? My analogy is that the people who want to keep the Confederate flag up, let's all be honest, we're all big Trump supporters, okay? And Trump is a huge fan of America first, and I'm sure they all consider themselves patriots or pro-American. The thing is, my analogy is, even if you're a selfish, racist, bigot, I'm talking about you, Logan Roof, you would at least dislike the Confederacy because they tried to destroy the country that you try to say that you are very proud in. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you're average Trump supporter from Alabama and you like love your country a lot. Why the heck would you want the Confederate flag? They tried to destroy our country. They tried to succeed from the Union. They tried to make the entire United States a Confederacy. And I don't understand how you want that to represent the South. Like, do I think that represents the South? Yes, as a Northerner. But should that be a representation of the South? Absolutely not. And I think the South should absolutely change so that this does not represent them. Or at least they think it represents them.
State flag, it flew outside state buildings.
I mean, it even reminds me of... It reminds me of this. Roast. Again, this is literally a Trump supporter. Probably from the South. No one from... If you're outside of the South, you would never touch that, okay? Or you would burn it. You had to touch something to burn it. But exactly, like, you probably love your country, or you think you do, because that's what all Trump supporters say. But why the heck would you why would you simp for the people who tried to destroy the country that you were very proud about? You know what I'm saying? Even if you're probably a racist. You know what I'm saying?
And hung in the halls of the U.S. Capitol.
Man, get that flag. That flag does not deserve to be even near our beautiful flag.
Of the U.S. Capitol. And for decades, people across the state have fought for its removal.
Yes.
Made us feel like second-class citizens that you can be comfortable flying a flag that represented enslavement of my people.
And there's also the slave. I mean, like, I think there's 3 reasons. It's because you're disrespecting Black people, you're disrespecting the United States of America, and you're disrespecting the South, because I think the best way is it's the South's precipitation participation trophy is that the American swastika, the Confederate flag. It's like someone in Germany who has the swastika, the Nazi symbol, swastika. It's like that's anti-German, and I view the Confederate flag anti-American, anti-Black, and really, even if you're anti-American, you're literally just a loser. It's like if you wore the hat of the Chiefs the day after they lost the Super Bowl, you are a loser. They lost, and that's good. So you're a loser, you're anti-American, and you're racist. I think that's it.
Of my ancestry.
On November 3rd, 2020, as the U.S. was deciding its next president, a long-awaited special...
I mean, that new flag, even if you're like racist and you hate everything, that flag is much better. And I think it's actually one of the best new flags. I really like it. I would like any flag other than that one with the Confederate one. It's even bad on Mississippi because you're honoring someone who lost, who is a loser, a sucker, someone who lost. And you're honoring them in your state flag. It's ridiculous.
Election in Mississippi voted to adopt a new flag. This one. It's called the In God We Trust flag.
I actually really like it, to be honest. I mean, I love the magnolia. It's beautiful.
The symbols in its design speak to Mississippi's history and its future. Almost immediately after the South lost the Civil War and over 4 million enslaved Black people living there were freed, influential white supremacist groups started a campaign to popularize Confederate imagery.
I mean, like, who uses a Confederate flag? I wonder who. So Mississippi does. Trump supporters do. Alt-rights do, including Nazis. Like, even if you are not racist, you're carrying the flag of these people. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Memorials, altered history textbooks, and used the flag to honor Confederate veterans, mainstreaming it as...
I mean, here's my take on like the statues. Like if like George Washington and Abraham Lincoln or people who like owned slaves back then, I don't think their statues should be taken down because I feel like we could take down statues of every single person who has done something wrong, even if it was in the public light, the fine thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And I think George Washington even pledged to get rid of his slaves after his mom died because they wanted to help him. And it's kind of like, should George Washington be honored for having slaves? No, he should be deemed a cow or a bastard for that. You know what I'm saying? But should he be respected that he gave, like, that he was able, that he helped us become a country? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Having the fact that you had slaves does not make you, no, like the fact that you honor someone who happened to have slaves does not, I think, mean you're Satan. But if they are a Confederate soldier, then absolutely tear it down, burn it, and send it to the devil. They did nothing except try to tear a nation apart. That's really all I can say. Because George Washington, he owned slaves, but he tried to create our beautiful nation that we have today. These people tried to destroy it.
As a symbol of Southern heritage and pride. When state legislatures began adopting state flags in the late 1800s and early 1900s, Georgia and Mississippi adapted the first national flag.
Oh, Georgia is like a Confederate version of UAE flag, right? Yes, it is.
And the Confederate battle flag, respectively. The Confederate battle emblem has been a prominent feature of Mississippi's flag ever since. While some Mississippians have fought to keep the flag intact, activists led primarily by
Yes, why? I already talked about those people, so I don't feel like doing it again. And you should absolutely take it down for many reasons.
Southerners fought to have it removed.
My name's Genesis B. I'm an art activist from Biloxi, Mississippi, and my fight in this battle to change Mississippi state flag, it definitely started with my ancestors. But in 2001 is the first time I remember it coming to a referendum vote.
A 2001 referendum would have changed Mississippi's flag to remove the Confederate battle emblem and introduce a new design.
Oh, it's like the 13 colony. It kind of looks like that.
Like in high school or middle school at the time, and it was divisive because a lot of my friends whose ancestors fought in the Confederate Army.
Oh, your ancestors fought. Like, what are you talking about? Ancestry is not an excuse for anti-American and anti-Blackism. Do you get what I'm saying?
Army, they revered that flag. Some people like myself saw it as a direct threat to our survival and a direct disrespect to our ancestors.
In the referendum, Mississippi voters overwhelmingly chose to keep the old flag. And when Georgia changed its flag from this to this in 2003,
It's better.
Mississippi became the only remaining state flag with the Confederate emblem.
This symbol does not represent nearly 40% of the population in Mississippi and needs to go.
Pressure to change the flag got renewed attention in 2015 when photos began circulating showing white supremacist and mass murderer Dylan Roof, who killed 9 people at a historic black church in South Carolina, holding the Confederate battle flag.
Exactly. Do you want to proudly hold the same flag that someone else so horrible proudly held it? That's why I will never hold like a swastika or anything unless I'm burning it. And that's probably the only exception.
Cities and public universities around Mississippi began removing the state flag from public display.
I'm Carlos Moore. I am a lawyer in Grayton, Mississippi. I'm also a municipal judge in Barksdale, Mississippi. In 2017, my first day on the bench, I took the flag removed.
A flag that he abhors and one that has been the subject of fierce debate in the state for decades.
There were counties that removed it, cities, municipalities, universities, colleges. I believe it took the Manual 9 to get the conversation started again in earnest. I believe it took George Floyd to seal the deal.
In May of 2020, George Floyd, an unarmed black man, was killed by police in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
And no, he did not drive a drug overdose. That was proven. This was proven false. And it was just spread by like propaganda and crap like this. This is, at least they admit to it. It's like PragerU on steroids.
Sparking widespread protests against police brutality and systemic racism.
It was during those protests where all across the world people were forced to look at what's happening and what has happened in America when it comes to state-sanctioned violence against black people.
Yeah.
The conversation has always been, this symbol represents heritage, not hate.
That's a pretty terrible heritage to have. I would not want my heritage to be a group of people who tried to destroy an amazing nation and lost. I would change my heritage.
The conversation changed within a week during these protests.
In June, mounting pressure following Floyd's murder finally compelled the Mississippi legislature to abolish Mississippi's flag and order it taken down from government buildings.
The conversation then shifted to, okay, we understand that this symbol is hate. What are we going to do about it?
The state
New
formed a
flag?
commission to redesign the flag, led by former Mississippi Supreme Court Justice Freeman Anderson, and planned to put the final decision on the ballot in the November election. The commission opened it up to the public to submit designs with 2 requirements. Add the words "In God We Trust," the official motto of the United States, and remove the Confederate battle emblem.
That's all I really care about.
And I'm a Mississippi.
I mean, I don't even care if we just got rid of it and like kept the stripes going. Just have it be an upside down Dutch flag. Would it look nice? No, but would it be a million times better than the Confederate one? Yes.
Native.
Sue Managero submitted one of the over 3,000 Mississippi flag
Ooh.
designs.
The guidelines were in fact simple. They wanted the design to be simple, and basically I just took a big sheet of paper and I drew a bunch of designs to submit to the commission. And the ones that I felt were the strongest, I went to my computer, and I remember having this Illustrator document open, and there were just a bunch of different flags, all littered all over the place.
After narrowing it down, this was Sue Managero's final submission, and the magnolia in her design ended up as the centerpiece of the new flag, which features elements combined from a select few of the submissions the commission received.
Look, it looks amazing. Kind of looks like the flag of Chad. Or in Romania.
Colors are
They're
in
the same.
fact the official colors of the state of Mississippi.
And these 20 white stars signify that Mississippi was the 20th state to enter the Union.
Nice,
And the
nice.
skull star is divided into diamond shapes.
That star represents the Choctaw Indian tribe, the only federally recognized Native American tribe living in Mississippi, who frequently make use of diamond shapes in traditional basketry and
Oh, that's nice.
and of course, the magnolia, Mississippi's state flower and state tree.
It symbolizes longevity.
Yeah, the magnolia looks pretty
perseverance.
beautiful on that flag.
Years old, which make them among the earliest plants to exist on Earth.
Yeah, that kind of just speaks to the strength of the state, I believe, and the people there. So that's the reason why I chose the magnolia for my original designs, because I felt like it was such a great reflection of the people in Mississippi.
And on November 3rd, 2020, the people of Mississippi approved and voted to adopt the in-God
72%.
state flag.
I mean, again, even if you're like racist, anti-American, anti-everything, and you support the Confederates, you gotta admit, this flag is much better. This,
It was a continuing, it was a relay race. I ran my leg of the race, others ran their leg of the race, and we eventually got it done.
It was a huge victory for our ancestors and the descendants. I felt, wow, my 3 nieces who haven't graduated yet don't have to walk underneath that flag. Mississippi can begin to move forward now that we've actually acknowledged the past.
because like imagine you're a person, okay? You're a human being, and you live in a state in the United States of America, okay? And you know America's like free and nice and totally not racist. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even, maybe you have blue eyes, okay? So you have blue eyes. And there was a couple states, well, how about West Coast, trying to break off and create a nation where it's illegal. Well, people with blue eyes are considered slaves. I know it sounds crazy. And they lose. But their flag, let's just do the flag of California, was the official flag of the people who tried to break apart from the nation. Okay? And you move to the United States of America, and you are in Oregon, because that was on the West Coast. And you go to Oregon, and you have blue eyes. You have the blue eyes, and you knew about what happened to people with blue eyes. And you look up, and it's a flag of the people who tried to make all blue eyes slaves. You know what I'm saying? You get it? Like, you're in this amazing free country, and you just see that people are honoring the people who tried to make you a slave. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the video. Have a good day, unless you're a fascist. Bye.